Hey guys, I'm going to be talking about how I went from having an eating disorder to achieving normal everyday balance with a little bit of slip ups here and there. I'm not like perfect, so bear with me. I'm going to be starting from the very beginning. When I was younger, I remember the first time I felt self-conscious about my body. I was sitting on a school bus and I was like in 3rd grade, and I was sitting down just like with my legs just together like this, down like that, and I was just looking down at them and they just looked fat, and I was just like, okay, because there was this girl who was sitting next to me and she was super skinny, and I remember her name. Her name was Lauren Thomas, which is actually one of my other really good friends' names right now. It's kind of weird. But her legs were like 2 times smaller than my legs, and I was just like kind of looking at them and looking at mine, and mine were so much fatter, it seemed. And this was like in 3rd grade or something. And that was like the first time. And I remember also in 6th grade, I weighed 100 pounds. And most of my friends were under 100 pounds in PE. I think we were like getting weighed then. And I felt heavy then. And that's kind of when the self-conscious like state that I went through started in 6th grade about. And that lasted for until now. I mean, like not now, but like, you know, all throughout college. So high school, I was a little chunky, but I was still pretty athletic. I danced on the drill team. I wasn't that great, but I still did it. And I ran cross country in junior high. I love long distance running, by the way. I did that before I started lifting weights. So I was always in. The main reason why I started cross country was actually in 6th and 7th grade to lose weight. So that's another thing that was kind of played into my little eating disorder thoughts, thinking I was fat. I was just like a little chunky. I wasn't even fat. Anywho, I didn't have an eating disorder in high school at all. I didn't even know it was healthy or not. I started being more conscious about what I was eating my senior year of high school. That's when it kind of started, my healthy eating, because I read the book Skinny Bitch. It was about two ladies, they're nutritionists or something from California, and I had no idea about like healthy eating really. So I thought this was like a really good book. And they knew what they were talking about because they were like gurus, basically, following like, you know, super vegan diet, and they were like bashing milk and bashing eggs, bashing meat, bashing everything. And I was just like, oh my gosh, what am I eating? Everything I'm eating is trash. So that's when I was kind of like getting into clean eating, I guess. It was like 2008, my senior year of high school. I'm very old, by the way. And then in college, my freshman year, I did gain a little bit of weight. I went up to college out of state, and I partied a little bit, but it was mainly just my eating. I would eat a lot with my roommate all the time, because she worked at this pizza place, and she would bring home breadsticks, and we would just eat and watch movies and eat ice cream, breadsticks, cookies, stuff like that. So I gained some weight my freshman year of college. Sophomore year, I transferred here to Texas State. I've been here for about 3 or 4 years now, 4 years probably. And that's when my eating disorders really started. The summer that I moved here, I lost like 15 pounds, and I got down to like 104. I think I even remember weighing myself, and I was 103 one time. And I felt so tired. I didn't work out at all when I lost that weight. So I was just eating really clean and like literally no carbs. My carbs were like non-starchy vegetables. They were like asparagus. I don't even think I allowed myself to have sweet potatoes. I definitely stopped eating bread. I didn't have any bread for like 2 years straight. Lost my period. So I guess you could identify me as like anorexic, just because I was so strict. Anorexic, orthorexic, they go hand in hand, I think. So I had that, and then I partied so much, and I worked at a a few different restaurants, and I was just partying, and not going to class. Took a semester off. I gained a little bit of weight. And because I gained that weight, I felt so disgusted with myself. And so I developed a binging purging little habit. And it developed into a really bad habit. And I had it for like a year straight. And I couldn't stop. And I would try, and I didn't want to go to rehab or anything like that. Because I'm just a very independent person. And, sorry. So I got over it by like just remaining positive and trying, and not eating large amounts of food, and binging and purging, and I also started running, and that's kind of what got me through it. I would feel better about myself and feel proud, and I wouldn't want to binge and purge. I would want to eat healthy and eat enough. So I got into running. And then I really got into running, and I ran several miles a day, and that was kind of like a little disorder, because I felt like if I didn't run at least a mile or more, like several miles a day, then my body was just sitting there and getting fat, just accumulating fat from what I was eating. I felt like I had to burn off everything I was eating, because I thought everything would just turn into fat, because I was, up and down with weight before, so I was just so freaked out with it, the idea of getting fat at all. So I got down again. I mean, I didn't get down to 104 because I had a little bit of muscle on me from running. I was probably down to like 110 though, really tiny, because I was stirring tables and I wasn't eating enough for the amount of like calories I was burning, and I was still so down on myself. I hung out with the wrong people, dated the wrong people, and was still going out. And finally I just stopped going out and just kind of like took school seriously, went back to school. I met Gavin. I started weightlifting. Before that, though, I started eating for the amount that I was burning at the gym. So I was eating enough food compared to the amount that I was eating before. Like, I think I was like eating like 100 grams of carbs a day or less, 1,000 calories a day or something like that. So anyways, I kind of transitioned into a more balanced life about a couple years ago. Let's say maybe 2 years ago at the most, or a little less. Because I started lifting weights and I saw my body changing, and I got more confidence, and you just get that from lifting weights. Everyone knows that. It was something that I had never been able to do before. It was a fear that I conquered, just going in there and lifting, not letting anything stop me, not letting anyone's looks stop me or something like that. And that just helped me with eating too. I had faith that I wouldn't get fat if I had 3/4 a cup of oatmeal, and so I did that, and I got balance also because I could lose the weight whenever I wanted to lose the weight. I went through like a bulking and cutting phase last year, and it worked a little bit. Then I got pregnant and lost a little bit of strength, so I'm going to have to regain that back. But anyway, so that's how I kind of got balance. I started lifting weights. I researched lots of things, trial and error in the gym. I stopped buying bad foods that tempted me. I stopped going out. I stopped partying. basically that's it. I mean, I go out with my friends every now and then for lunch and stuff, but never like partying, never going out on the square. It's sort of like the party thing here in St. Marcus. It's downtown St. Marcus, where there's lots of bars and dance places. Anywho, I love you guys. Thanks for listening. Like and subscribe. See ya.